please summarize your industry education and professional background?
I started my bachelor degree in civil and structural engineering, and I was fascinated by learning about design and building bridges, dams, and infrastructures. And that actually helped me to think about the AEC industry and my career path. So I started as a structural engineer working in designing buildings, and then later I moved to construction site to work as a construction manager. And there I realized how much challenging it is to manage a construction site with all the issues that we had with workers, lack of laborers, lack of productivity. And for me, I thought that science and technology is a way to solve some of these problems. So I started my higher education career and goal, going to getting a master's in construction management. And later I went to Georgia Tech to do my Ph.D. in design computing and another master's in computer science. There I learned more about artificial intelligence and how it can help our industry. And in fact, that was my PhD topic. And later I joined Autodesk to work on the future of computer-aided design and how we can think about CAD differently in the future. Some of the projects that I was involved in actually being commercialized, and later I had my own AI team to look closely into the intersection of AEC and the future of artificial intelligence. And now as a CEO and founder of YegaTech, I'm helping AEC companies to plan and execute their AI projects.
So that leads perfectly to my next question. So what exactly is YegaTech and how does it fit within the AEC industry?
Working in the AEC industry and working as a solution provider, I realized that the AEC companies are at the different stage of their digital transformations. In one side of the spectrum, some companies haven't started yet. And in the other side of the spectrum, companies are actually having a strategy in place and are executing it. And YegaTech has a solution for all the companies in the spectrum. We provide AI and emerging technology workshops and education to help people understand what is AI, what is not AI, how they can leverage that. And also we have an execution arm where we help AEC companies to develop AI solutions for their companies, a solution that gives them 5 to 10x return on investment and differentiate them. They can differentiate themselves in the market by utilizing the technology.
So you recently wrote a book, Augment It, which I can see behind you, and it's for the AEC innovators and executives. Now, why did you feel this audience needed this specific information?
When working with the industry leaders, and when I've been doing this for the past 10 years, and I started seeing why some of the AEC companies are successful in planning and executing their AI projects, and why some of the other companies are not. And I started seeing this pattern, and I started capturing that. And in the book, I have all these lessons learned and also a framework for AEC companies to plan and execute their projects and make sure that they'll be successful in doing so.
The book seems particularly focused on data and AI. Could you provide your definition of AI and describe how it can help those in the AEC industry? And how can they use AI more and more effectively?
So when you think about AI, I often use a metaphor, which is a tree. So AI, if you think about AI as a tree, AI has roots. The roots of the tree is philosophy, logic, math, computation, cognitive science, biology, neuroscience, and these are the roots of the AI tree. And AI has also branches, and these branches are computer vision, machine learning, speech recognition and synthesis, search and optimization, knowledge representation and reasoning, and robotics. So to simply put, scientists in the field of AI, which is a branch of computer science, try to mimic human capabilities and try to design a computer systems can with or that are artificially intelligent. They can mimic how we see, how we talk, how we act, how we reason about objects, and how we how we understand things.
So PPP has been a trendy term in infrastructure financing lately, but you discuss a different 3 Ps. Can you tell me what those are and why they're important?
When working in construction sites and as a designer, I realized some of these challenges firsthand. The 3 P that I mentioned in the book are pressure, profitability, and productivity. And AEC has lots and lots of problems, but I try to summarize that at the highest level into these 3 categories. Pressure is, when you think about the design for designers, the design time is getting shorter, and owners and clients want more from the design. The designs are getting more complex, and the designer need to think about not only the aesthetics of the design, but also the performance of the design. And they need to do it in a very short period of time. In fact, I went to one of the billion-dollar construction sites in San Francisco and learned that there is only 2 weeks gap between when the design gets complete and when the construction of that part of the project gets started. It's only 2 weeks gap. So this brings a tremendous pressure for the designers. And in the construction side, it's the same. Because of the aging of the laborers and lack of talents coming to our industry, and because of increased demand from the owners, also contractors are in more pressure. And adding all of those, sometimes we need to build cities, and we need to build an entire region of the city after hurricane and earthquake, and we need to be really agile and really fast in doing and designing and developing these projects. So this brings a lot of pressure. Productivity, lack of productivity is very known in the AEC industry because of the regulation, the very fragmented industry, being shortage of laborers, and a lot of other things that's happening in the industry. And in terms of the profit margin, I guess AEC industry is one of the unique industries in a sense that we have a high risk and low profit margin. And this brings a lot of challenges to the industry. So this is my 3 Ps in the book.
So our audience includes CEOs and industry leaders, but more typically is civil and structural engineers out there doing the work and creating the designs. Can you give them 1 or 2 key points or tips to help them do their jobs better and create better designs? How can they best apply some of your key principles?
For the CEOs and executives of the companies, I often recommend to check out some of the case studies that I mentioned in the book. In particular, there's one that Gilles Cassad is the CEO of ConnectStack, and he wants to grow his company, add value to his company, grow his revenue without significant investment in hiring a sales team and doing sales and development activities, business development activities. So what Gilles did is actually creating an AI solution in the hands of his sales team so that he can augment his sales capability without hiring a lot more people. And this way he could expedite the growth of his company using the power of AI. For civil and structural engineers, people like me working in design, I will say that look into, try to map your process, try to map your everyday work. And when you get a project, find out where are the areas that gives you energy and you're energized by it, and where are the tasks and areas that you don't really like, and try to find those out. For me, when I was working as a structural engineer, even though I designed many projects before, I had to start every single project from scratch. So the question becomes, can I use AI and can I train a machine learning model that can look into the past projects and come up with a good enough initial solution for me, and I can take that as a starting point. In fact, this is one of the projects that I've done in the past, and you can train a machine learning model that can use data from all your past projects, and as the new project comes in, it can propose a solution for that specific project. So this way you don't have to start from scratch. Another benefit of this technology is that it can learn over time as more projects are coming in. So after 5 years and 10 years, this solution gets smarter and better, and it can help your future junior engineers to do a better work. It is as if you have a senior structural engineer or civil engineer in your company that won't ever leave your company, but again can get better and better over time. And this is how you can capture and preserve your organizational knowledge and how to inside your company. I think that probably for the audience would be, what would be the next step? How they can learn more about this and how they can get started. And for this, I typically recommend going to letstalk.mehdinour.com and just schedule a 30 minutes meeting with me. And I'm eager to learn more about your problems and see how AI can help you improve your company and improve your workflows and help you become better in the future in terms of technology.